going to take a little bit, I think. It's still initializing.
What was it called for?
So the group is called Fighting for Jesse. Yeah, there's a guy named Larry Maxon who runs an MMA school in Fort Worth, and I think it's his daughter. And so he's organizing this thing. It started at 8 this morning Eastern, and they started with schools in New York and in North Carolina, and every half hour started moving across the time zones. Oh, we're live! Oh, but we're not live on Facebook yet, don't worry. So let me go to Facebook, and let me say Tai Chi for Jesse. Tai Chi for Jessi. Done. Let's then share it with public on to go back. Share to a friend's timeline. Larry done. What's going on here? Here we go. Post. All right. Live from El Centro College, you're watching Tai Chi. And this is our self-defense class that meets on Saturday mornings. So many of them have not done Tai Chi before. But we're excited to do Tai Chi with you. And Jesse, if you're out there, we hope you're doing well. Here's what we're going to do today. We've got 30 minutes. So we're going to do some very basic techniques. After that, we're going to do just a little application because Tai Chi is taught around the world. It's an ancient Chinese martial art. Depending on who you talk to, it's either been practiced for centuries or even thousands of years. But a lot of our technique in Tai Chi has practical application. So even though it's taught for health purposes, there's absolutely, with enough practice and timing, very good application of these moves. But first, what we're going to do is we're going to loosen up a little bit. And we're going to loosen up a little bit with something called Qigong. So let's all face the camera here and just try to, I'll face you, we'll try to, we'll make this will be good. This will be good. So we're going to do some Qigong. The first exercise we'll do just to loosen up and get the internal energy flowing is we're going to bring the arms out to the side as we breathe in. We'll lace the fingers together overhead. We'll breathe out as we lower them down. We're going to breathe in as we come back overhead. Out as we separate. We're going to cross our forearms. Let your fingers converge on your thumbs. We call that making a crane with your hand. So we're going to make cranes with our hands. We're going to bring those cranes out to the side and raise ourselves up on our tiptoes. Flip the palms out and lower down slowly and with good control. So let's do this a few times. So we're going to breathe in. Lace the fingers together. Breathe out. Bring the arms up overhead. And breathe out as we separate. Cross the forearms, hands become cranes. Breathe in as we come up on our tiptoes. Flip the palms out and breathe out as we lower down. All right, let's do one more of these. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. And out. Cross the forearms, hands become cranes, come up on the toes, breathe Breathe in. Flip the palms out and breathe out. Good. So what we're doing is Qigong, which is often taught with Tai Chi. It's to raise our energy level. It also helps with balance and coordination. And if we do enough Qigong, it really helps to relax the body and clear the mind. So I think we're probably ready for our first Tai Chi technique. And this is a really simple one. It's also really easy. And I should warn you all that Tai Chi techniques have unusual names. This one is called drawing the silk. It's how we begin and end all of our forms in Tai Chi. So with drawing the silk, if you're watching at home, we're going to bring our wrists up to shoulder height. We're going to flip the palms out, and then we're going to lower them down. And you think, I could probably do that. I hope you can. It'd be great. But we're going to add breathing now because we want to relax as we practice martial arts. So we're going to breathe in as we bring our wrists up to shoulder height. We'll flip our palms out, and we're going to breathe out as we lower them down. So let's get in a good base stance, those of you in here in the room. So face me. I want your hips pointed straight ahead, toes pointed straight ahead, back up straight. Get a slight bend in your knees and push your bottom out behind you like you're sitting on the edge of a stool. And now we're slowly going to breathe in. Wrists go to shoulder height. We'll flip the palms out. And we'll breathe out as we lower down. In. Out. Slower is better in Tai Chi. In. Out. And in. And out. Good. So now we can add a little bit of involvement with our legs. We can stand up nice and tall as we breathe in. Feet are still flat on the floor. We'll flip the palms out. And as we breathe out, we'll kind of sink into a high squat. Keep your back up straight. Try not to let those knees cave in. Try to keep them right over your toes. So we'll breathe in, come up. We'll breathe out and sink. Breathe in, come up. We'll breathe out and sink. In. And out. Okay. So that's drawing the silk. It's a technique we use to begin and end all of our forms. It's a way of saying, hey, I'm going to do something, check it out, or hey, I just finished doing something. So, next up is a signature move in Yang style Tai Chi, which is the type I typically teach, Y-A-N-G, Yang style Tai Chi. It's called Parting the Wild Horse's Mane, a very unusual name. And what this involves is a position that we call holding the ball. And so I'll show you this step by step, but first just to give you a quick demo. In Tai Chi, slow and controlled is the name of the game. And so you can see how Tai Chi really helps with promoting balance and coordination, because that's kind of a fast version of this move. Right there, this is kind of a speedy version of parting the wild horse's mane. And so you can see we have slow and graceful techniques. In Chinese martial arts, we view Tai Chi and other internal arts as ways to kind of slow things down and build your energy. And we view external arts like traditional Kung Fu, where we're kicking and punching and trying to aggressively inflict our will on somebody. Those are our external arts. So if you think about the old yin-yang symbol, this is one half of that. So what we're going to do is we're just going to work on the hands for now. So we'll start out with your left hand on the bottom at belly button height, and your right hand on top, just below your chin. So your palms are facing each other, elbows are relaxed, your back is up straight. And we'll do one hand at a time, and then we'll put them together. So the bottom hand, from this position we call holding the ball, if we pretend we're holding a ball, the bottom hand is just going to go around that ball until the bend in our wrist is just below chest height, or just below shoulder height, and in midline with our chest. So we want it to be right about here. We don't want to be too far out to the side. So we're just going to bring it around that ball. We're going to come back and breathe in. So we breathe out, and the bottom hand goes out. We breathe in, bring it back in. So we'll breathe out, the bottom hand goes out. We'll breathe in, bring it back in. So the top hand is just going to go down to the side. We're going to park it at our hips, or at our waist, with the palm down and the fingertips pointed straight ahead. So we'll breathe in, bring that top hand back up. Breathe out, the top hand goes down. In, and we bring it back. Out, and it goes down. So now we're probably ready to do a two-part motion. So our bottom hand goes out, and our top hand goes down. And then we're going to gather, bring those hands back into holding the ball. The bottom hand goes out, the top hand goes down. Gather, hold the ball. And more we can try to make it one smooth, flowing motion where both arms move at once. And we want to try and time that with our breathing. So we breathe out as we separate, and we breathe in as we gather. So we'll separate slowly, gather slowly. So remember, as we separate, that bottom hand is going out right in front of us. It doesn't need to go out to the side. It's right in front of us. It's in midline with our chest. Good. Gather, hold the ball. All right, let's do the footwork for this technique. So we move a little bit differently than you normally would in Tai Chi. We're going to shift our weight over onto your right leg. Step out on the heel of your left foot, just a little bit wider than shoulder width, and a little bit in front of you. And we're going to roll forward on that foot until both feet are flat on the floor. You want a slight bend in your front leg. Your back leg is straight. We're going to have our spine up nice and straight. Good. To get out of this stance, we're going to sit back like you're sitting on the edge of a chair, pick up the toes, and step back. So we shift over, step out on the heel, and roll forward nice and slowly. And then we sit back, pick up the toes, step back. So let's shift over and breathe in, step out on the heel, roll forward and breathe out. Good. Both feet are flat on the floor. Step back, shift over, step out, breathe out. Good. Sit back, step back, breathe in. Keep going. I want to make sure we got a good angle with the camera. Shift over, step out, breathe out, sit back, step back, breathe in. Shift over, step out, breathe out, sit back, step back, breathe in. Good. So now we'll put the arms and the feet together here. So we're minding our own business, holding the ball. We've got our left hand on the bottom. We've got our right hand on top. All is right with the world. We're going to shift over onto our left leg, step out on the heel, and the whole time we roll forward, we're going to separate our hands. So the bottom hand goes out, the top hand goes down. Good. Sit back, pick up the toes, step back, and hold the ball. So we try to get a lot of repetition of the same technique. Tai Chi is typically taught in forms, which are choreographed sequences of moves. And this is a signature move of Yang style Tai Chi. It's a whole section of our Yang 24 form. So let's go back into action. We'll breathe in, step out, and as we roll forward, we're going to breathe out. Good. Sit back, pick up the toes, step back and hold the ball. Shift over, step out, roll forward and separate. Good. Sit back, pick up the toes, step back, hold the ball. Good. Let's let's try the other side. Somehow it's going to feel like we're doing something completely different, but we'll be okay. So I'm going to face you while we get the hang of this thing. So now we'll have your right hand on the bottom and your left hand on top. What does the bottom hand do? It goes around our ball. Yeah. What does the top hand do? It goes down to the waist. Good. So let's just do a few of these as a two-part motion. Bottom hand goes out, top hand goes down. Back, gather, bottom hand goes out, top hand goes down. Back, gather, separate, gather, good, separate, and gather. Hopefully those of you watching at home can see the cool logo on our new shirts too. Feel free to like us on Facebook, Dallas Tai Chi and Kung Fu. Let's try the footwork on this side. So we're going to shift over onto the left foot, step out on the heel of the right foot, and roll forward. Good. Sit back, pick up the toes, step back, shift over, step out, roll forward. Good. Sit back, pick up the toes, step back. One more. Breathe in, step out, breathe out. Good. Good. So, let's put it together. We're holding the ball. And we're going to shift over, step out, roll forward and separate. Good. Sit back, pick up the toes, step back and hold the ball. Breathe in, step out, breathe out. Good. Sit back and step back. Breathe in, step out, breathe out. Sit back and step back. Good. So I want to show you, we have beautiful forms in Tai Chi. And it's a great way for one generation of practitioner to pass down the techniques of their style to the next generation, teaching and practicing forms. But there is application to this. And it takes a lot of practice. And as you've just seen, we'd probably need to speed it up, because if we're trying to defend ourselves at this speed, it might look very graceful, we might feel very relaxed, but we won't feel very relaxed for too long, because we might get knocked out and have our wallet stolen. So, Diego, do you mind coming forward for just a moment? This is Diego. He's going to help out here. So, Diego, here's what I want you to do. We're in the field of view of the camera. I want you to kind of stand this way, and I want you to step forward and throw a punch. Okay? Good. And so this parting the wild horse's main technique, is this going to work for everybody? Probably not. Is this going to work in every fight? Probably not. It's just like any technique in martial arts. It's for the right time and the right place. But if you stand back up here, if I'm minding my own business and Diego steps and punches earlier, what did the top hand do? The top hand went down, didn't it? What did the bottom hand do? The bottom hand went out. So if you think about it, if I roll forward and I separate, I can lock out his shoulder right here. And if I've got good technique, I'm going to continue to take his momentum this way, and then in my separating motion, just knocks him off balance right here. And we don't have a mat. I wish we had a mat. I don't want to knock you down, but let me just show you one more time, and then we'll partner up and try it out. So come forward here and here. So it's kind of like, when you think about this technique, if you come back into that lunge stand, when you think about this technique, the footwork, what the footwork is doing here is it's taking his momentum forward, and as I roll forward and lock out his arm, I'm making his arm like a whip. I'm pulling it down towards my waist. My bottom hand is going out around the imaginary ball to create some space. And if any of you ever saw people on the playground in middle school where one person will kind of get down on their knees behind somebody and the other person will kind of shove them over.
Table tapping.
Hopefully you didn't experience that. But what my knee here is doing, my knee is blocking his knee out like a buddy of mine on the playground. And that way as I separate, he's just going to go over. Thank you, sir. Okay, so let's partner up. Let's spend a couple minutes doing this. And at home, if you don't have a partner, you can just practice the hand motion and you can practice the breathing. We're only going to do it for a few minutes and then we're going to demonstrate a Yang-style 24-step form for you. Okay. So I want to go around and correct people. So you have to jump in with one of these folks. You want to adjust some technique. So let's see. So Karaima's going to step forward towards you and punch. And you're going to take this top hand here like this. And then the bottom hand, if it was holding the ball, what's it going to do? The bottom hand goes out. Yes. And can you feel how if you bring that wrist down towards your hip, you're already making it so easy to just change her direction here. Yeah. Yeah. And the only other tip I'd say is to move that foot in closer because you want to make contact with the leg. Yeah. So hold the ball. It helps just to start from holding the ball. And that way, so we've got left hand box, right hand on top, and grab here at the top. Almost. You took an extra step. We're just going to step out. Grab the top. Step out with the left foot. And as you roll forward, you're going to bring this arm down. You're going to bring this up. And so you see how just this motion alone kind of makes it easy to control her. So try separating there. So you're here. And then you're going to just give her a little turn. It's just one step. It's just one step, and as you take that step, try and make contact with her face, the outside of her leg. See it again. 1, 2, and I want you to move this leg right against her. Yeah. 2, there we go. Because now as you see, you're taking her direction. You're taking her direction here, right? But then as you separate, you're just dumping her right over there. Extra step. Just step once. So. So your feet are off, that's all. So you're gonna start out here. You're gonna separate. So the top hand catches the top of her wrist. Left hand. Top hand catches the top of her wrist. Bottom hand is gonna come right here. And you're gonna drop her over. And can you see how if you bringing this up, can you feel that?
Yeah.
You're able to really change your direction.
Yeah, I have total arm. Yeah.
Yeah, and so as he brings you here and there, you're just going to go. Especially if his foot will get a little bit. Yeah, because you took that huge step. Exactly. So you want to get in close on this one. So you want the inside of your knee to touch the outside of the leg.
Hey, I think you got it.
Oh, you're so close. Yeah, there. Boom. Good. Okay. One more to check. Let's see. You're so close. So instead of grabbing here, grab here. Yeah, grab
Silks and the horses and
here.
whatever.
Because now can you feel how she brings demonstration of parting the wild horse's mane. We've got a heck of a lot of techniques in Yang style Tai Chi. Also, I teach Kung Fu. I'm a very proud and lucky student and teacher in the Tien Shan Pai system, which means Celestial Mountain Fist. My teacher, Shi Martin Ware, and his teacher, Grandmaster Huang Chenliang, each have schools, and I've been very fortunate there. So I want to give a little shout out to my Kung Fu roots. But for those of us who know some of the form, and those who don't, you can even just try to hang on. We're going to do a little demonstration of the Yang style 24, also known as the Beijing 24. And I'll give you a warning. Tai Chi, there are 5 major styles. Every style is different, and even within a style, things look a little different. Everybody does it differently, and there's only one right way to do it, and that's how your teacher taught you. So everybody's right. We're not here to have any controversy, which can sometimes show up in martial arts, but we're going to have some fun doing this form. So let's scoot way back. Way back. Karaima knows this. Courtney knows this. And the rest of us, let's shift down here too. Shift down here. And in fact, the back couple of people probably need to come forward more. Because we're going to run it to our left. We want to have plenty of space to the left when we run this. Okay? So let's, if you can, take 2 big steps this way. Maybe 3. Okay? And then let's still have you 2 in the back come forward. Yeah. Yeah. We'll figure this out. So we're standing nice and tall. Okay? We're going to look to our left. Do we have plenty of space to practice? Yeah. We're going to look straight ahead. We're going to step out on the heel. We're going to shift our weight over and breathe in as we bring our wrists up. We're going to breathe out. We draw the silk. Shift over to the left. We're going to raise the arms up. Pick up the toes of the right foot. We're going to sway to the left. Sit back. We're going to hold the ball. Step into the body. We're going to part the wild horse's mane 3 times now. So we'll step out on the heel. Roll forward and separate. Sit back. Open the front foot. Flip the front hand over. Shift up. Step up and scoop up. Step out. Separate. Sit back. Open. Shift up. Step up. One more. Step out. Separate. We're going to take a half step up with the right. Sit back and hold the ball. Turn to the right as we separate our hands. Slice across in front of you. Brush the knee with the right. Left into blocking position. We're going to step up and bring the right hand up behind us. Look straight ahead. Step out on the heel. Brush the knee. Palm strike. Sit back. Open. Shift up. Step up. For not having done Tai Chi before, a lot of you are really, really well. This is great. All of you are really well. Step out, brush the knee, palm strike. Sit back, open, shift up, step up. Step out, brush the knee, palm strike. We're going to take a half step up, sit back and strum the lute. We're going to turn in to the left, or turn in with the left, open with the right. Big step back with the left foot. Left hand goes out. We're going to turn in, repulse the monkey. Step back with the right. Same thing. Turn in, repulse the monkey. Left side. Turn in, repulse the monkey. And one more. Turn in, repulse the monkey. Circle your arms around. Step up and hold the ball. We're running out of time, but we're going to finish the form. Step out and separate. Arms to the side. Sit back and pluck. Meet the wrist and ward off. Right over left. Press down. Scoop up. Shift forward and press forward. Sway to the right. Hold the ball. Step out and separate. Arms to the side. So thank you all for playing along. This is not a Tai Chi class, but they did Tai Chi. Hopefully you did some Tai Chi. Hopefully you had some fun. And on the count of 3, can we all say hi, Jesse? 1, 2, 3. Hi, Jesse! All right, give yourselves a round of applause. Good class. Dallas Tai Chi and Kung Fu. Like us on Facebook.